I did a very successful video about minimum viable product, MVP. And then, in the comments, I was asked, how does this differ from a prototype? Come to think of it, how about MRF, MMF, MBI, MMP, MMR, and MLP? What's the difference? A minimum viable product, or MVP, is a first version of a product that has just enough features to satisfy early customers, to validate the concept, and provide good quality feedback for the next iterations of the development of the product. As I said at the opening, I have a full video about minimum viable products, and I'll put a link to it in the description. Getting something done and out there so people can use it is what project professionals should be all about. So, for us, the concept of a minimum viable product, or MVP, is an excellent one. Basically, it's a prototype that works. It's good enough to sell, so you can show it to the customer and expose it to their usage. This can generate good quality feedback, which can inform the decisions that you make about the future development of your product. Prototypes are different to a minimum viable product because a minimum viable product has been tested and is good enough to sell. A prototype is something that you create to test the validity of your idea, the effectiveness of your working methods, and the quality of the product. It's a learning tool. It may not work. It's a demonstration product that you can show and test to validate things like functionality, quality, customer experience and usability, and the efficiency of the development process. However, MVPs have limitations too. They have limited functionality because it is the minimum viable product. A prototype could represent anything from a limited functionality version all the way up to a complete product. It may be highly functional, anything but a minimum, but it is a means to test what it is you've produced. However, both prototypes and MVPs are there to reduce risk and learn from the experience of creating them. However, minimum viable product, or MVP, is just one of a whole family of ideas. A minimum releasable feature, or MRF, is the smallest possible feature that can work as part of your MVP. An MRF creates real value, and so it is sometimes known as a minimum marketable feature, or MMF. The smallest chunk of value that you can justify waiting for is known as the minimum business increment, or MBI. Without an MBI, a release makes no sense. In an agile development, each iteration or sprint needs to create at least a minimum business increment. A minimum marketable product, MMP, is also known as a minimum marketable release, MMR. This is the smallest group of functional increments that you believe a customer would be prepared to pay for. So an MMR contains one or more MBIs, minimum business increments. It has to be fully working so that you can be confident that customers will feel that they've got real value in purchasing your MMR. And finally, my personal favourite is a minimum lovable product, or MLP. This is a product with the minimum functionality to deliver real customer satisfaction. It has to offer substantial value so that it is loved by customers or users. MLPs go beyond viability to create a real emotional connection with their users or customers. So there you have it, minimum viable products and prototypes compared with a whole bunch of other related ideas thrown in as my gift to you. Please do give this video a like if you've enjoyed it or if you've learned from it. I'll be making loads more great project management videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you don't miss any of them. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.